I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.
Hey y'all, it's fall. Guess what? All those leaves I cleaned up in my yard, they're back. There's more there now. So I'm going to have to do another job of cleaning up the yard again. But it's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's kind of overcast, but it's perfect temperature right now outside. It's not too cool, it's not too hot, it's just right. And just wanted to take time to thank you for stopping by my channel and welcome to chapter 19. She got framed. And chapter 19, she got framed. This is the next chapter of Aventura. I'm sure you will enjoy it. There's a lot of work going into the framing of the bust. There she is in the background, back there, just waiting for more to be done on her. This is the fun part. We get to start to see what she's going to look like. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you all enjoy it. Okay, so what you see here is I'm about ready to get started framing out the back wall. I'm using 1x2s, and I am just basically doing the upper level supports first, and then I'm going to come in and do the bracing for it. I did build the right side section kind of independent of the whole frame before I actually, because when I tried to screw in the brace on that right side section there, it was not enough room to fit the drill, so I made that kind of independent so I could pull it out and fix it, and then you'll see me take the whole assembly out here in a second and go outside to drill the pocket holes in it so that I can mount it better, and also to do the proper mounting for all of it. And I found that worked really well. On the other side I had kind of a similar problem, but I overcame it a different way. But I built in that whole section there, and then I worked on bracing the 1x2s around the taillight assembly. My taillight assemblies have access on both the outside and the inside. I sealed the outside so that I don't have to have any leaks on it, so I don't want to access my taillights from the outside to check the wiring. So I'm going to be building a little access panel there to be able, when I do put the wallboard up, I want to have an access panel there so that I can access those taillight assemblies when I need to do any kind of repairs or changing bulbs or whatever. So that is a process that I'm definitely going to build a little door panel there so that I can access that stuff. This right now, currently, I'm trying to plan out my floor plan, and then this corner that I'm working on is one of the places I'm considering to put my bathroom. I can't put it on the other side of the bus because of the fact that the tailpipe is there, and I can't have a gray water tank to capture my gray water on that side of the bus because of where the tailpipe is located. So this section here, where just underneath this section of the bus, there's a lot of open space, and there's no obstacles to have to deal with. So I'm thinking and considering on putting the actual bathroom in this back corner here that I'm working on right now. Not 100% that I'm going to do it that way. It's just one of the different options I'm considering for the floor plan, where I would have where you're looking at it right now, the left side of the bus would be the bed elongated, coming long ways. And I've even considered putting in a Murphy bed. I've also considered putting in a dinette there and then having my bed be able to raise up. What would be really cool is if I did where the bed goes up to the roof. That would be really cool. I've seen it done in several buses, and then you have access to both and it's not something I'm incapable of doing. I could probably build this system with actuators and raise my bed up. It's just, I'm doing a lot of this build by myself, so I'm trying to keep it within the realm and ease of being able to do it as one person, but I'm also trying to think of my lifestyle and the practicality of my lifestyle, and trying to decide what would fit best for my lifestyle. I don't plan on doing a lot of boondocking right now currently, so the need for a shower is not high, but the need for functionality and space is. If I build in like a Murphy bed setup, I would have more space and have like a convertible bed slash office space or bed slash dining room space. And that would be really nice to have. If I did a Murphy bed type setup, I want to do it horizontally versus vertically. So I'm not going to fold it up vertically, I'm going to fold it up horizontally. And to me, that's a very practical thing. I've been looking at some different van builds that have Murphy beds. So that's what I'm working on today. That, and I also did some work yesterday on the van. Making lots of progress. I will say this, I bought that 3M tape and I'm not happy with it. It's not holding. And so I'm going to have to redo some of the ceiling today because it didn't hold up. But look what I got done yesterday. I got this done, and I'm going to work on the other side, hopefully finish up the other side today. The place in the middle is going to get reinforced a lot more because it's going to have a mini split hung up there, so I need to have a place to mount the mini split. But I'm really happy with the results of how this came out. And I'm going to try and finish up the other side today and get that framed out, and then I'm going to start framing the walls. So this is what I'm doing while I'm waiting for epoxy to dry. So yeah, making some progress. Like I said, I don't like this 3M tape. It's not holding as well. I've ordered some new tape, so I'm going to probably redo some of the ceiling work today. I have some adhesive, different adhesive I'm going to try to use. That other adhesive has been holding real well, so I'm going to try that today. Hopefully it'll work. So I have moved on here, and
day.
I'm actually reattaching the wiring to the upper part of the window area there. I'm going to be probably putting in upper level cabinets up there, so that will help conceal the wiring. I also don't want the wiring to be up on the curve of the ceiling, because I want to be able to do my ceiling material, and that would be in the way for that. And it's easier to conceal the cabinets with that wiring up and out of the way. And that space right over the window there is probably the best space I have for concealing that. What you see here now is, you can see the back wall where I finished up the framing and put insulation in place. I used the thicker insulation that I had for that back wall, and I've used the thinner insulation on the ceiling, and I actually did a double layer of that thinner insulation. So I have a pretty good solid amount of insulation. What you see me doing here is I'm actually getting ready to mount this 1x2, or actually I'm mounting this 1x2, and I think you're going to see me back up a little bit. I have my clips a little bit out of order. That's not surprising, I've done that a few times before, but you'll see in a later clip where I actually take some tape, painter's tape, and I put it across, and I stretch that painter's tape across the metal spot. That's what you see me doing right here, is I'm stretching painter's tape across the metal spot. And I don't know if you've ever seen on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook or like Instagram, where somebody takes a power strip and puts a piece of painter's tape on the back of that power strip, and then what they do is they mark where the holes are, and then they transfer that to a wall, or wherever they're wanting to mount it. Well, what I'm doing here is kind of the opposite of that. I had some holes already drilled in that metal brace, and I didn't want to drill any new holes, so I stretched the painter's tape across it, and then I basically just marked where the holes were, and then I put that piece of painter's tape on the wood and drilled the holes in those places so that I could just reuse those holes. So that's what you see me doing there, and it actually worked out pretty good. And the next step here you're going to see me moving on to is I'll be framing that bottom board in. And when I do that, you're going to see me frame out the section where I have the input for the diesel fuel tank. That's the only obstacle that I had in the whole bus. I didn't have wheel wells to deal with on this bus, which was absolutely wonderful, because then you didn't have that obstacle in the way of being able to do what I needed to do. I actually had plenty of space to get to have and not have to worry about dealing with obstacles. So that little jut out is not even maybe 6 inches, and so it's not a huge obstacle. It might be something that may be a little bit of an annoyance if I don't have a cabinet built there or something like that, because then I'd have a little bit of a bump there to deal with. But what I'm planning to do is build, like I'm going to do on the back wall, I'm going to build a little access thing in case I need to do anything there. I'll build like a small box, seal it with like caulk, and seal it with grate foam, and make sure that there's a good solid seal so that it doesn't have diesel fumes leaking into my bus, especially in that area, because that's where my bedroom is going to be. Whether I do the bed on this side, or still trying to decide if I want to do a wide the width of the bed be the direction the bed goes, or the length of the bed be the way the bed goes. I'm going to probably, after I get these wall boards mounted on, I will go through and actually tape out different options of the floor plan and figure that out, and really start to think through what I'm going to do in the floor plan and try and come up with the options that I have. I am also going to start, probably in the next couple weeks, working on wiring, because I got to put the wiring in, and I don't want to get too far ahead on the project without putting some pre-wiring in for like lights and switches, and figuring out the floor plan is part of that. You have to plan everything in layers, and you got to start with the first layer, and then the second layer, and the third layer. And there's just layers to build the project, and building the project right requires for you to think about the different systems that you have to put in the bus, and where that's going to go, and how you're going to wire that in, how you're going to conceal the wiring, how you're going to where you need to have switches and boxes and things at. And there you see me putting the wall board in place. Now what I've done with my wall board is I've mounted them with sheet metal screws, so that way I can easily take them on and off. So should I need to either A, conceal wires later, or B, be able to access something for a maintenance reason, I can easily take those panels down and get to the things that I need to get to. If I put them in with other types of mounts, it would not be easy to access those areas. So yeah, I've decided that that's the way I was going to go with it, and I'm decided to do the birch plywood because it looks nice, and it's going to be able to be the most economical solution right now. And even in this area here, this is just going to be where I'm going to either have A, a bathroom, or B, a bed. So if I have a bed, I may have, or there may be a dinette back there. I'm not sure just yet. Still working on the options on the floor plan. I've run through many different scenarios, and I really got to think it through and decide what I'm going to do in the next week or so. Right now, I'm doing a lot of stuff. It's actually Thanksgiving week right now while I'm setting up this video and recording it, and I am going to be doing a lot of family activities this week, so I don't have any content that I'm going to be building more or less this week. So I don't know if I'll have a video next week, but I may just do something where I have a lot of extra footage that I haven't used, and I'll put that up so that people can have different ideas of some of the things I didn't get on camera, but I still have footage for, that it didn't go in with one of the projects I was working on. So yeah, I guess my videos are a little bit out of order here, because I'm now back to remounting a piece of wood that I already had, and I had this already on different footage, and you've already seen this, so why do I even have it? I need to take this out. I think this is where I was working on that board and remounting the board, but now I've moved on to the back board, and so I also have two different computers that I'm working on right now. I'm trying a different computer out to see if it's going to work for doing my video editing, and my sister loaned it to me for a little while to see if it would work for me, and so therefore I think I got my footage messed up a little bit because transferring it between the two computers. Here I'm working on the back left side of the bus if you're facing the back of the bus, and I'm putting my framing around the actual tail light assembly there. And this is basically a repeat of the right side. And like I said, I don't know if I said in the other part of the video, on the top section over the door is where I'm going to be mounting a mini split in the future. So I am leaving that section there where I do not have frame out there. It's going to have more stronger frame out. There's going to be bigger boards there, and it's going to be something more solid so that I can mount the mini split to it. This is just doing the frame out and braces for the back wall so that I can mount my wall board up. And so that's something I'm working on right now. And most likely next week, when it's after Thanksgiving, I'm going to start working on finishing up the framing and then getting the rest of the wallboard mounted, and then starting electrical. Because of Black Friday right now, there's some good deals on the wiring I need to buy, so I'm going to try and pick up some of the wiring and stuff in the next couple days and get that ordered so that I can have it for next week to start working on my electrical connections. I've already started gathering a bunch of outlets and things that I need to boxes and outlets to be able to install all that, and I am collecting all that together so I can start working on wiring. Like I said earlier, everything has to be done in layers, and so you got to keep that in mind when you're building it, and you got to keep in mind what you need access to. You have to keep in mind where's my tailpipe on my car? Do I have room to put a box there? Do I have if there's a box there, what is it gonna, is there heat around it, and could something melt? There's so many things to keep in consideration when you're doing a build like this, and you have to really just think through the systems and think, okay, am I going to have solar panels? If I'm going to have solar panels, where's my solar wiring going to go, and so on. So there's so many things you have to take in consideration when doing one of these builds. And like I said, I will have access to those tail light assemblies from the inside so that I don't have to disturb the outside. And that's just safer for me, and it will keep me from having leaks inside the bus. I am going to probably choose, now I'm starting on the next wall. Now this wall's nice because I didn't have any obstacles to work around, so this one really it took very little time because I just basically put up the long braces, and then I put up the short braces, and I just kind of put them 16-inch on center so that I'd be able to have a reference point. I am trying to make it a habit to mark all the studs before I put any wallboard up so that I'll know where those studs are, and just finishing up that back wall there. Hey y'all, I just wanted to give you a little update about my work in progress, and here it is. Look, I got the doors back on. She's looking amazing. I love them. I'm absolutely happy with the way they look on the bus. They are perfect. I hope y'all enjoy this part. I didn't get to show it to you on the last video, but I figured I'd put a little segment up here so that you guys could see what they look like when they're installed. Aren't they awesome? They've got color on both sides, and they're installed again. Thankful to have them back installed, and not to have styrofoam up there blocking the doorways. Hey y'all, thank you for watching this video all the way through. You can see that I have both the back walls pretty much finished framing them up. I have some of the walls on the side already started, and I actually got the other ceiling fan frame mounted yesterday. So I've gotten a lot done in this last couple weeks between the doors and the framing, and she's going to start taking shape here in the next few weeks. Hopefully going to start the electrical soon. And hopefully sometime next week or the week after, I'm going to start pre-wiring all the stuff for all of my lights and outlets and all the things that we need to have electrical. So thank you for stopping by my channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because there's people out there who need to learn about what's being done here in the bus. And there's people who can learn lessons from what I've learned. I mean, I'm making mistakes and I'm learning lessons, but I've definitely made some serious progress this past week. It's been a good week.
It's just been basically just getting out here and getting things done and just starting to take shape. She's getting a new life, taking the old things and making it new. And she looks a lot newer than she did when I first found her. It's really crazy to think back about the journey she's been on so far. She's been on a crazy journey of restoration, and she's starting to just take shape and look so much better each day. Thank you for stopping by once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video because somebody might benefit from it. Thanks for taking time to watch it all the way through. Thank you all for taking time to stop by. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Y'all come back now.
Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.